This is going to be a fairly quick demonstration of how Trade Unafraid works. This was recorded on June 3rd at 9:34, so 4 minutes after the open. This is what the trade plan is set up to do. It's an opening range breakout on the 5-minute candle. When it triggers, meaning when price goes outside of that 5-minute opening range, then it will buy or sell, depending on whether it's breaking out to the upside or the downside. It'll sell 5 contracts. In this case, we're doing the micro ES, MES, and the micro NQ, MNQ. And then we have 2 exit tactics here. One is loss limit, which is going to limit our loss to $100. And then ratchet bracket, which is like an OCO bracket, but in partial increments. And so what it's going to do is it's going to sell a portion of the position every $10 for 4 brackets. Here's the 4 brackets, and there's the $10, and trail the remaining 20%, which is right there. So it's going to scale out at $10, $20, $30, $40, and then trail the rest. But it'll still, you'll see that the trail increments. So it doesn't trail like a standard trailing stop. It will actually trail in jumps, as if there's a ghost target beyond these 4. And every time that ghost target is hit, it'll move the stop by that same increment again. So let's just jump to it. And the point here is none of this was done by hand. Now, there are manual controls that I could have done, but the entire thing was completely automated and I didn't touch anything. So I'm going to move to right before it happened. So these are unrelated open trades, but you'll see MES and MNQ pop into view as they get filled. So I'm going to start the video playing. And so there's MNQ, it just triggered. You see there, it's short 5. Here's the stop. There's 2 different stops there. And then here's targets. So those are the 4 targets from the ratchet bracket. It just hit one, and you see that, okay, now let me pause, because they just traded places. MES triggered and entered, so it's short 5. MNQ is down to 2, and it got moved over to the right. So, but it's got 1 target left. It's locked in $60, and it's up 61 on the remaining 2 contracts. So when it's up to 40, or 80, I should say, it'll sell one of those 2 at 40. So it sold one at 10, one at 20, one at 30, and then 40 is the next increment, and then it'll trail the last one. And then MES hasn't hit any of its targets yet. You can see them here and then here. The reason there's 2 charts is because this is a tick chart, and if you're trading options, then you'll see the option price here instead of the underlying price. We can set targets and other tactics based on either the price of the option or the price of the underlying. When you're trading the underlying, then the 2 charts have the same prices. Okay, I'm going to let this continue to play now. So watch MNQ. It's going to hit this target. Okay, so it just sold that. It hit the last target, and now you'll see the stop will ratchet down. So it's got this 1 trailer left. It's locked in 100, and it's trailing. And the stop just incremented down. And at the same time, MES is hitting its first target. Okay, so it just stopped out. So MNQ stopped out at 117. Now, actually, this one takes a while to get going, so I'm going to fast forward a bit. So it's locked in one, so it's got $10 of realized profit. Okay, so there, I'm going to go back just a little. So here's where it hits its first target, or I'm sorry, its second target. So now it's locked in $30. It's got 3 more contracts short. Actually, this is still pretty slow. Let me speed it up a bit. And each time it hits a target, the stop moves down. So you can see it comes close to stopping out there. All right, so it's starting to move down again. I'm going to let this play out at normal speed. So here's our third target. There's the third target hit. So we have 2 left now, 1 target and 1 with a runner. Okay, but it stopped out. So the final there was 67.50. So now I'm going to go to the next trade. All right, so MES, and I made these a little narrower, so I know they're a little harder to see because I had them 3 wide before they were 2 wide. So we've just entered. We've got the loss limit stop and the ratchet bracket stop. That's what the 2 red lines are. And we've got 4 targets here. Now this one is also going to take a little while to play out. So I'm probably going to speed this one up too. All right, so first target coming up. All right, so that hit the first one. So we're down to 4 contracts. Next target, down to 3 contracts. Next one, down to 2. And there's the 4 targets. Now I'm going to let this play. And notice the way this ratchets down. Each time this goes far enough down to have hit another target at those increments, you'll see this ratchet down. And again, all you're seeing is automation. Now, there are manual controls. You can hit the green buttons to add to your position. You can hit the red buttons to take partial profits, which, for example, I could have sold one manually and that would have removed one of those ratchet bracket lines. So one of the green lines would have been taken away from the manual close. So no matter what you do, the trade plan is in sync with any manual trades. So you always know that your stops are going to stop the entire position out, and you can always add, you can take partial profits, and a stop will manage the entire position. So you've seen a couple of ratchets here. It's locked in 100, and this last one's around 75 at the moment. And we are close to getting stopped out. So this trade is about to end. Here it comes. Yeah, so there you go, 143.75. Okay, so that is Trade Unafraid with ratchet brackets in action. Let me know if you have any questions.